Good afternoon. I'm Jamie Callender. I'm one of the creators and current data admins on the Patriot research system. And I'm here to hopefully encourage you to assist us in what we're doing of bringing our Patriots to life. And the Patriot research system I'll refer to as the PRS from here on out. So just a quick overview. I'm going to give you a legacy of how we got to the PRS that we have today, what we're doing with it, what we're updating as far as data goes today. I'm going to run you through the capabilities that I hope you're interested in. And then I'm going to challenge you about how you can participate as we grow the data in the PRS and things that you can do and get involved with, both individually and as a chapter. So how did we get to what we have today? I start here, you'll see it says 1986 with the development of a registry, but really it started long before that as members were encouraged to submit Patriot burial documents. And those were then all put into one registry. And then in 1998, the first of the compact discs was created, where those were put in a form that you could bring up on your computer. A better version of that came out in early 2000. And then someone got the bright idea to say, maybe we could put all that in a database and we could webize it. And that was released as the Patriot Index in 2011, which is about when I got involved with this process. And I was involved there in cleaning the data. As we smashed multiple databases together, we made quite a mess. That system was hosted on a standalone computer in the basement of national headquarters in Louisville, and it was completely unbacked up, which means if that computer died, we were going to lose all our data, which led several of us to pull together. And that's where the Patriot research system was created. In 2017, a new committee was formed, the Patriot Records Committee, and our first task was to design, develop, and deploy the PRS, which went active early in 2018. I'm not going to read the numbers to you, but you can see we've got a lot of data in the PRS today, and we continue to grow it as we go. We have over 500 current volunteers that are active, of which about 50 are currently working. So if anything I tell you today encourages you to want to come on board, we always are looking for new volunteers to help us. What are we doing today? Well, we're updating what we have. Again, that goal is honoring Patriots. And from my perspective, that's one of the tenets of Sons of the American Revolution, is to honor and preserve the memory of our Patriots. And that is front and center what the PRS does. From a national perspective, the Patriot research system is becoming a system of record for membership, because sadly at the national level, they only maintain membership rosters for active current members, which means all that historical data has been lost over time. So in the PRS, as we go back and we're going to take record copy number 1, all the way up through current, we will have the only existing list of all members, which is a great asset from a historical perspective. And the second thing we do with the PRS that's fairly unique is not only do we have the application to compatriot connection, which is what DAR has, but we also record and track all Patriots. And there are a lot of Patriots that will never have ancestors. They can't have ancestors. They were 17 years old when they died, those kind of things. So we maintain and honor all Patriots of the Revolution. We also track their burials from a grave perspective, photo, GPS coordinates, and we're collecting biographies. And that's really bringing the Patriots to life, who they were, where they were born, where they grew up, what their service was, and maybe what they did after the revolution. Another thing the PRS does is it provides access for properly cleared people to all the approved applications, which again is something unique. Where National has them all in paper form, we have them in electronic form. Currently, we have every record copy from about 1971 to present, and we're slowly working our way backwards to when the society started in the 1800s. PRS tasks, we're kind of in maintenance status for the first two. So those are taking a record copy and connecting the compatriot, the applicant, to their patriot, and we're done with that task. And then the second is on that application, taking those lineages and putting them in electronic form. In other words, listing them line by line. And I'll explain to you later why that's important and what we're going to do with that data. So really where we're engaging, where our efforts are today then, are the Patriot graves, identifying the ones we don't have, confirming the ones we do have, documenting their burials, getting photographs, GPS locations. Those then allow us to map the cemeteries and map the graves, and I'll show you that. And then we're collecting the biographies. So that's where our effort really is today. What do we provide to you as a member of the SAR? We provide single sign-on, which means you don't need a unique username and password to get those enhanced capabilities on the Patriot research system. If you have a national username and password, when you log on our site, it takes you to log on the national site and then brings you back to the PRS logged in. The kind of capabilities you get by logging in then are we provide tool sets. We have a graves book that you can use, and I'll show you that. We have grave mapping, I'll show you that. And a really exciting feature is Google Earth, that you can download a whole county of burials and then zoom in on it. And again, I'll show you that here in a little bit. From a member perspective, so what each of you should do is go out to the PRS, and to do this, you don't need to be signed in if you don't want to. Look yourself up. Are you in there? You should all be there. In this case, I looked myself up, Callender J. I'm the only one in there. And then it shows me my burials, my burials. It shows me my patriots. So look yourself up. And do we have all of your patriots in there? If not, that would be the first thing we need to address with you. And I want to show you again, I said we do something with those lineages, and we're kind of at an intermediate step right now where I looked up one of my ancestors, Stephen Pember, and this is one of the lineages it brings up. So it's from me to Daniel Bissell with Stephen Pember in the middle. If you click on Daniel Bissell, it'll take you automatically to the Patriot. If you click on me, it'll take you to me, the screen you saw before. And if you click on Stephen Pember, it'll take you into the lineage and then show you the rest of that lineage. Eventually, what we're going to have is something I like to call a Patriot tree. And from there, if you search for Stephen Pember, once we link up all those Stephen Pembers that may be in the database, it would show you every Patriot lineage that connects through Stephen Pember. And we really think that's going to be a great asset for the society, for attracting new members, and for existing members to go in and find Patriots they had no idea they had. So you can search for Patriots, basic search, and you can filter those by date of birth, date of year, state of service. In this case, I looked for Philip Callender. It brings up the two Philip Callenders that are in there. If you click on them, the hyperlinks here, it'll take you to the Patriots. Cemeteries. So for the cemeteries, we have Link. You can search for them. In this case, I'm searching for Arlington National Cemetery. When I do that, you can come into Arlington National Cemetery and we have a grave map. So here I zoomed in on one small part of Arlington, and when I clicked on one of the markers, it shows me with the photo from that Patriot what their grave looks like. So if you're out looking for graves, easy way to find it, you'll have a visual of it. And I didn't say it up front, but not only does this work on a computer or a pad, you can do it on your cell phone if you'd like. The app for it runs on the cell phone, so you could do all the same stuff right off your cell phone mobile. I mentioned up front that we have cemetery grave books, and by books it means if you do this, you'll pick a county, it will download Microsoft Word, all the known burials sorted by cemetery. So in this case, for Arlington National, you'll see we have 2 Patriots here. And why you might want to do this is then you could print this page out if you're visiting Arlington or any other cemetery, and you could actually write on it to gather information. In this case, you'll see William Russell. We have a photo, but we don't have GPS. So if you wanted to contribute, you could visit Arlington National and find it. You've got a picture and get us the GPS. In the second example here, you'll see we have GPS, so you could plug that into your cell phone and it should take you right to her burial location, and then take a photograph for us and provide that to add to what's in the PRS today. And then I mentioned Google Earth. I said, this is the one I'm really pretty excited about. So this is the download for Fairfax County, or for Loudoun County, as it says, and you can see it zooms into the level of the whole county. Not overly helpful, but if you zoom in more, you can get down to the cemetery level. And then if you click on any of these, in this version, it brings up a lot more information about each of those burials, a photograph if we have it, and then specifics. But the view I really like is if you zoom in even more. Now this is Wilk Street Complex, and this is the main road into the cemetery. So if you're looking for something, you now can actually go count gravestones and say, I go down and fifth one in. Makes it much, much easier to find what you're looking for this way. Foot stopper here is the only way this works is if we have cemetery GPS and if we have grave GPS, which is where we need your help. So my challenge to the compatriots then is, have you gone out and looked in the PRS, and is your Patriot there? And can you confirm that the data that we have is accurate? Are you specifically connected to your Patriot? In other words, is your record copy there? Have we linked it? Assuming the first two are true, then do you know where your Patriot's buried? Is it documented? Do we have GPS photo? Has it been marked? Chapter would love to work with you on marking your Patriots if that hasn't happened. And then the last item would be, does your Patriot have a sourced biography? And if not, that's something you can do to really bring your Patriot alive for everybody else. And then that same challenge, once we get done with all our individual efforts, is at a chapter level. Do we have all the chapter Patriots? Are they all linked? Do they all have biographies? And same thing about burials. But then even beyond that, have we gone out and looked in our, I say local, in other words, like Fairfax County, Arlington County, Alexandria County, have we looked at all those cemeteries and have we confirmed that the Patriot burials there, again, have GPS, photo, and are marked? That's where we're trying to get to. We've got a compatriot, Craig Batten, in the George Washington chapter, who's taken this on for pretty much all of Virginia. And he's personally going around visiting the cemeteries, taking photographs, cleaning headstones when they need to be cleaned. That's something I'm sure he could use your help with if you were so moved to do that. And that's what I wanted to present.